Hello, my name is Dr. Maya Byfield. My business is The Phenomenal STEMist. I'm so excited to be here in Orange County because it's where I live. I live in Apopka, Florida. And I decided to make this business because I saw a need for underrepresented students to be successful in STEM, which stands for science, technology, engineering, math. And the best way I can do that is just provide products for parents to prepare them, whether it's a book or online STEM camps or just video podcasting. My goal is to transform this community, especially those who are underrepresented. And the way to do that is to help parents understand their children's minds and basically develop them at different stages of their lives to be prepared for a successful STEM career. Thank you so much. That's why I'm here. Hey, 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 I don't know what happened to my video. It didn't show up on the screen for some reason. But hey, we're here. What's
Seriously?
up, B-Ford?
Girl, I can't call it. All is well. Praise the Lord. Can't call it. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, B4 closes is in the house. I don't know who's watching, but I need you guys to come on the chat. Tonight is gonna be hot. Tonight is
Mm-hmm.
Listen, it's April
Mm-hmm.
Fool's Day. I got played today, April Fool's Day. One of my Facebook friends talked about how they decided to buy a Droid instead of the Apple. And I mean, this guy is a Apple enthusiast. Apple
Oh
enthusiast. I was
man.
like, really? Wow, what made you think? I mean, he got me good. He got me
Y'all need
good.
y'all need to cut it out. Y'all need to cut it out right now. Y'all need to cut it out. He did get you good, man. He
Got
done
me
came to
good.
his senses. But
No, he
no,
didn't.
unfortunately,
It's
he got
April.
lulled back to sleep. I understand. I understand.
Yeah,
It's all right.
yeah, yeah.
It's all right.
Hey,
I ain't gonna hold it against you.
mother, mother, how are you?
I see Sister Byfield in the audience. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Happy Monday. I what I get is the same old stuff for April Fool's Day. You ever seen that video of what looks to be something from BBC, and it's like they show the only species of penguin that flies, and it's the same video every year. I get it from, but it's good though. Like the way they doctored it up, you think these penguins are actually flying? Yeah, man. I'm about to post it. I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna
I've
send
never
it to you.
seen that. My typical one is the Michael Jordan. I'm back on April 1st.
Come
Come
on, man.
back.
Come on,
Get
man.
get
Come
those.
on, man.
How was your
745
weekend?
rocking 54.
All right. How was your weekend?
It's been good. It was good. It was we had one of our agents, two of our agents actually had gotten a listing over the last couple weeks, and it was their first listing in a long time. So they were very celebratory. And it was the first one since I took leadership of the company for Orlando. We
Right.
got one for our office, and then a Miami agent that attends our trainings pretty frequently. She also got a listing. So now the company is telling me that they actually want the Miami office and the Orlando office countrywide. Everybody, or not countrywide, but company wide. They
Mhm.
all want them to attend my trainings. So I'm like, man, see,
Woo!
man, y'all
Woo!
Miami people just can't get your own. Get your own. Get your own, boo boo. Get your own. Gotta crowd
You
up the
got
Orlando space.
you got to
Mm.
get before it closes. 'Cause before it closes, before it knows how to close.
I'm here to serve. I'm here to serve.
And
First and
yes, you are.
foremost.
You're always here to serve. And thank you so much for coming on Phenomenal STEMist and for mathematics
Mm-hmm.
making
Mm-hmm.
money. All
Yes.
right.
STEM.
STEM.
Mm.
So
Yes.
our first Mondays is always market watchers. So talk to me before we get into April Fool's edition. Top five ways people are getting taken in this real estate market. Let's talk about the
Mm.
market so far. We're in the second. Today's the first day of the second quarter.
First day of the second quarter, and the March numbers are in, even though Zillows aren't posting it. I just took the liberty of just going into the multiple listing and just tracking the numbers, fresh out the oven. And our March numbers are looking pretty steady. On the average side for Orlando, anyway, properties are holding steady on an average of 552,000 and $94 on average sale price. And on the
Oh,
median side, you're on 444,000, 450,000. Why is that? Why is that significant? Because we are creeping upward. It wasn't a big leap, but we're at 450, 452 on average and 444 on the median, up from an average of 447 and a median of 441.
mhm.
So the market is coming
Wait,
along, but it's
42 or
creaking.
552? I heard you say 552. Try give me again. The average is what? The average
So the,
is
so the average close price for Orlando property is 552,000 in
mhm,
March.
in
In
March.
February, they were
547.
547,830. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they went up a whole $5,000.
Yeah.
It's
And just to let you know the difference between average and median. Listen, it's still STEM, right? We got to have some mathematics. The average is adding up all of what has gotten sold and then divided it by the number, that number. So
Mhm,
let's say you got five houses and each of them sold for 550 or 500 and something and 500 of this, 500 of that. And after you divide it by five, that add up all those numbers and then divide it by five, you get your average on ed.
mhm,
The problem with averages is like they're outliers, right? What's an
mhm,
outlier? An
mhm,
outlier is where let's say let's use classes and for example, I gave a test last week. Let's say I had somebody got 90, somebody got 80, but then let's say somebody got 10
mm,
and 10 out of 10%, that will take my average, my test average all the way down. Most people didn't get a 10 out of 100, right?
true,
But there
true.
might be an outlier. And so that outlier will make the average look kind of low. If I was
Mhm,
to remove that outlier, you would see that my average jumped right back up because everybody else got a 90%, 80%, 70%. You guys are following me? So
mhm,
I'm not allowed to take it out. You can't take out data, right? You got to keep it in. So why people use a median income or a median real estate. So it helps to deal with those outliers. You basically take all the numbers and put it in numerical order and then take the middle one. And
mhm,
that will help you get a more, especially when there's like, especially in America where you have a lot of people who are in the middle, little in the rich, little in the poor. If you use median is more representative of the when there's outliers. So just a little information on what's the difference between an average and a median and why people use averages versus median. But in either way, both averages and median went up
mhm, mhm. Slightly,
slightly,
slightly.
slightly.
Yeah. I don't wanna be a critic of the market, but last year around this same time, the market went up on average or on the median side something like $30,000
Whoa.
from 1 month to the next.
So it
So
all, yeah.
it's a big difference. We're going up like 5K on the median side. It's only like 3 grand, as opposed to last year we went up some double digits.
Gotcha.
So big difference there. We are seeing things trending in the right direction, but really slowly. And it's the
Oh,
same news as last month, right? The interest rates are at a certain level that are making people trepidatious about buying still, and they've gone up since then. They haven't gone down. The interest rate went up since February or since March. So that's playing into our somewhat anemic recovery. But
Mm-hmm.
what we are seeing is that properties are selling still at a high volume. So they're still around the five to six hundreds. The days on market are getting lower as well. They're kind of just meandering around 90 days, and they're going lower each day or each month. So, there's some good news and some bad news coming in. Um, my prediction, as far as I'm concerned, from what I'm seeing from the market, what it's telling me is that while we're still seeing growth, it's still very much a buyer's
Buyer's market.
market.
It's slow.
Yeah, slow,
Yeah.
very slow. The sellers don't have control. And you can see it because when you look at certain things like the list price, what
Mm-hmm.
homes are listing for
Mm-hmm.
versus what they're selling for, it's such a big gap.
Right.
People aren't getting what they were hoping they would get for their home 2 and 3 years ago. Before it was you'd sell for more than list price. Now it's significantly less.
Less. This
So
is the
yeah,
buyer's market. The buyer has the opportunity to say, "Listen, I want it for this price."
yeah,
And to your point, people are hesitant because of the interest rates. But I don't know if this is what you said or what I was looking at previously. If you want to get something like, let's say, like an investment property, now is the time to get it while you're in a buyer's market, because once the interest rates go down, then you're going to have all these people try to jump in the market,
all in the sauce.
all in
All
the
in the
sauce.
sauce. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah,
It's gonna be crowded.
yeah.
It's gonna get real congested. So you want to get it now since we're kind of like I describe this market for most buyers is kind of like COVID I-4 during COVID.
Mm,
Not a whole lot of cars on the road right now. So you can go in
mm.
and get yourself a good deal. I know I did. I helped my uncle out buy some real estate recently, right? We got him a nice beach house in Flagler Beach, and we were able to knock off anywhere around 35 to up to $40,000 off the asking price.
Wow.
And we got them to do the repairs, any repairs that are needed. And we got the terms that we needed to get the price to get the sale done. So again, guys, don't wait, especially on multifamily. People something clicked with me today, and it's so funny. It's always the simple things, the very simple things that reign true that you don't really think about. While the market is going along and people are getting deals, there's only a finite amount of properties that you can buy.
Right.
Over time, the first of the good deals that come out, they're all going to get bought up. Then you're going to get a second tier, which is slightly higher, and then a third tier that's slightly higher, and ongoing until I think what's likely to happen is that people more or less get used to the interest rate the way it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
And historically, summers have always been the months where we get the most sales volume.
Got you.
So, I'll wait and see 3 months from now how that goes in June and July. I'm really interested to see what that market looks like. But for now,
It's
good
taking
stuff,
its
man.
time.
Take it, take it, take it, take it. It's a time for buyers, y'all.
Time for buyers. All right. So seeing that, don't forget, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And of course, if you want to get in contact with Brandon, he just sold a property for I got a property for his uncle. He just said that beach house for $40,000 below asking price. That was amazing. So if you want to get in touch with him before it closes at gmail.com, 305
Mhm.
305 0105. All right. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Of
For our,
course. Come
for
on
our
now.
market watching.
This Doc. I show up for Doc. It's what we
Appreciate
do.
it. So it's April Fool's Day. I got
Hmm.
fooled so easily today.
Hmm.
So, and a lot of people get fooled. So I decided that I wanted to talk about the top 5 ways, according to before it closes. He's been doing this for a long time. What are the top 5 ways that people are getting taken in the real estate market? Like, what are the ways that you can get tricked? What are the ways that you can get bamboozled, run a
Bamboozle.
buck, led
Hmm.
astray?
Hmm. Come on with it.
You
Come
can
on with
land
it.
on Plymouth Rock, Plymouth Rock.
Pulled out that Malcolm X. I see you, girl. I see you. I see you. It ain't too dated.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Oh
What is the
man,
top
look,
five?
man, look, man, look, man. I got to start with this song. Everybody plays a fool.
Ooh, sometimes.
Sometimes there's no exception to the rules, except when you get help.
Right.
Get help. That's the exception to the rule. Don't be so quick. Don't be so quick to just take whatever you see that you think is the best thing going. Consult your local one that you can trust, and
Yeah.
one that knows when you're getting a wool pull over your eyes when he sees it or he or she sees it. Get a professional involved. Get some daylight. Best disinfectant. Get some daylight on your situation.
Best disinfectant. Love that.
Yeah.
Best disinfectant is light. Love
Mm-hmm.
it. Love
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm. Because it's a buyer's market, we're going to start with the buyer scams,
Okay.
right? And then we'll go to the sellers, which really aren't scams per se, but I would say that these are these are one-sided opportunity. I'd say there are one-sided opportunities that really benefits one side of the deal and not the seller.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you want to read into the fine print. You want to get some. Anyway, we'll get to it when we get there. But let's talk about buyers scams. First and foremost, I'm going to put this as number five. Number five.
Number five.
Mhm. Fake listings.
Wow.
Fake listings. They are
Mm,
still out there, guys. They are still out there. It happened to me. It happened on one of my properties. Somebody was emailed my property,
wow.
one that I had listed, and the price tag was significantly elevated. It was something like an extra $15,000 over what we were actually asking,
Mm-hmm.
right? Yes, mama. Fake listings, number five. And somehow they were able to get my number. You know, on the internet, you can't hide. You can't hide on the internet. You know, you could search it out and find who is really what's really going on.
Who owns it? Yeah.
Yeah, and she called me up. She said, "Hey, I'm calling about XYZ property." I'm like, "Yep, my name is Brandon. I'm the listing agent. How can I help you?" She asked me for the price straight away. I told her, and she said, "Huh, is that the price everywhere you advertise?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, it
Wow.
is." I mean, I threw her some links, Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com. You know, it's all the same. And she told me that her she had gotten the listing from another broker that was higher than what all these other websites had it listed for. So clearly, he had something going on where perhaps he was going to try and maybe wholesale it to her. That's another term I'll explain here in a minute when we get to the seller side. Um, Perhaps he was trying to, somehow find a way to make that extra a part of his commission. I don't know what he was trying to do, but guys, beware of fake listings. They're even more prevalent in the rental side of things. Oh my goodness. If you
Mm-hmm.
see a rental somewhere in Orlando, 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom for $1,300, that is a
Lie.
scam all
It's a lie.
day. All day. I can't I cannot express it any plainer. We all know that 3.2s are going no less nowadays than 1900, right, in the Orlando area. You may be able to skate with 1850, but the lowest you'll find is 19. So if it's too good to be true, guys,
It is.
it normally is.
It normally is, y'all. And I don't like to be a skeptic, but you know me. My friends say I don't trust people. I guess whatever. If it's too good to be true, it probably is.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Fake listings. Wow. Got to be
Hmm.
careful. And the best way to avoid that is as a professional. As a
Hmm.
professional. Okay, next
Get
one.
your market watcher. Get you a market watcher. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All day. All right. Number four. Before we kind of alluded to this, but beware of fake agents.
Mm,
Fake agents. Guys, they are out there.
fake
It
agent.
Yeah, fake agents. It's okay to go on the DeBeeper website, dbpr.com, look up where it says verified license, put in someone's name and
Mhm.
verify if somebody has a license or not. It's 100% okay,
What is
right?
that? You said what? D.
DBPR.com. The beeper is the Department of Business and Professional Regulations. If you have a license, you have to have that license listed with DBPR. It is a government organization.
Love it. You giving gems. Listen, I mean, just right. Like we can stop today and that is gem.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
check
Yes, ma'am.
everybody out.
Check them out.
Background checks.
Nothing personal. Nothing personal. I just got to make sure you in it for the right reasons. Nothing
Yeah.
personal, right?
D
Have a look.
B P R. D is in David. B is in boy. P is in P.
Oh.
R as in Richard. Let's
Yeah,
go. All
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Have a look at it because there are, especially again in the rental side, there's some folks that have posed as listing agents for a rental. People have given them money,
Oh,
and then they give them some kind of a key. Certainly not the key to the house,
not a key to the house.
right? And as soon as they got what they thought was theirs, they
Out.
up out of there. You can't find them nowhere, nowhere listed anywhere else. They done took the listing down, all their information, and you stuck. You stuck like Chuck.
Wow. That's
Stuck.
terrible. That's terrible. Why are people so mean? People need to be nice. People
Mm,
need to, oh, yeah, fake listings, fake realtors.
mhm,
Fake
mhm,
realtor agent, real estate agents. Okay.
mhm,
Number
mhm.
three,
So that's on the buyer side.
buyers
Um, on the seller side,
on the seller side.
right? So on the seller side, you really just have two, and again, they're not necessarily scams. They're just offers that are significantly one-sided to benefit the buyer rather than the seller, right? And you see a lot of this out of the investor community, out of the real estate investor community. Now, I got nothing against investors. I think in a lot of ways they do our market very good because someone's got to buy the properties that no one
Fix
will
the stuff.
buy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they're the ones that get those properties that are in terrible shape, fix them up, and resell them to first time home buyers, to people who couldn't finance those homes because they're too mashed up. They come in there, do the work, and resell them to those buyers. So they serve a very intricate function. If I could just liken them to something, they're kind of like well, let's just say that they serve a really something that cannot be replaced easily in the real estate industry, right? The thing about investors are is that um, they have a lot of these different kind of contracts that they come your way with, and unless your property is selling at such a low price already where they could just scoop it up cash, they may try to do some things and work some ways where number one, it benefits them almost 100%
Mm-hmm.
and not so much the seller.
The
And while
seller.
it's not illegal, it's still incredibly one-sided. Case in point, subject to deals. Now, this is something that whenever you see an investor ad anywhere around that tells you, "Oh, we can help you get into homes, 0% down," come in and let me teach you, let me show you the ways, sign up for
Let
our
me
coaching
help you.
program.
Let me help you. Oh, I saw that. It was a scam. It was a big yeah, go ahead. It was like a big mastermind and then he was scamming a whole bunch of people, right?
Mercy, mercy, mercy. Well, that's a coaching side of it. That really is, and that's really an industry all by itself. I mean, this could be like number six on the scam side. Beware of gurus, self-proclaimed gurus that say that they know real estate in and out, and they just give me your 500, your 5,000. Some of these coaching programs range as high up as $10,000, and then you go in, and they might give you some information, but perhaps it's outdated. Maybe it's the same stuff that they've been teaching now for 20, 30 years. And the stuff that they're giving you is actually outdated. So again, that could be a scam situation all by itself. But what I'm talking about is when an investor approaches a seller
So
and
what,
they'll
wait,
tell
hold
you,
up. What's for mommy to write it? What it's not the gurus, mama. What's number three? Like, what can mom write? Beware of or
Beware of too good to be true investor offers.
okay, so too good to be true investor offers. That's number three, ma. Too good to be true investor offers. Go ahead.
Yes, 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 yes. So they'll come up in there and they'll say, "Hey, look, we'll give you full price for your home or close to full price for your home,
Yeah,
but we're not going to pay you the whole amount right now, and we're just going to give you say 5K now, and then we'll pay the rest down in payments." And what they also have you do is find a way to turn over the deed to your property to them as some form of a collateral, because they intend to buy it, but your name is still on the mortgage. So while they say that, okay, we're going to give you 5K, we're going to pay the mortgage, your mortgage is always going to be paid. And then over time we'll pay down the amount to give you the whole amount that you've been asking for.
yeah,
So they'll make payments and payments, but over time, they could decide that this is no longer a good deal for them,
yeah.
and they'll drop you like a bad habit.
And
And
take
then
you take your property.
right. So you're stuck with whatever shape your property is in, since they've been renting it out. Sure,
Mm.
you keep your 5 grand, but how much money did they make out of your particular situation? In fact,
Oh, they don't take your property, but they take the use of your property for a little bit and make money off of the property without
mhm.
having to deal with. Oh,
Now
ooh,
here's the crazy part. If you give them the whole reins, they say, "Okay, here, do everything. I'm gone. Goodbye." They could decide, "Hey, well, maybe we won't pay the mortgage.
right,
Well,
right.
maybe we won't pay the mortgage because we'll make more money if we're not paying the bills." And what's the
Yeah.
worst case scenario? It goes into foreclosure.
Foreclosure is not
Eh,
mine. It's not
It's
my
not
name.
mine. Yep.
Oh,
I'm not on the hook for the mortgage. I'm not liable to this property at all. I can cut I can cut ties anytime I need to. So they'll
Brandon,
make the
is this
payment
stuff
to make,
really
and
happening?
stuff like this be happening. It happens. Yep. And again, I'm not trying to shine a light on well-meaning investors, because
Right,
they're not all bad. Just like we got some bad agents out there. We really do. We got some bad agents out there that need to be reined in. And I've filed a complaint against many of these kinds of agents that we have out there, but we got some bad investors out there that are really out for themselves more than for the sellers that they claim to be helping out in any given situation. And the favorite target of an investor of that kind are people that are already in foreclosure,
right,
right? They say that we're going to help you out, we're going to bring your foreclosure up to date, we're going to make the payments, and they never actually do any of those things. They just rent your property out, keep making money on the rental, and they just ride that property out until it goes into auction. And that's it. Goes on to the next property.
wow, wow. You're really giving us good gems tonight. Um, be careful of the too good to be true offers, y'all.
Mhm.
It's out there. And no, we don't want to be negative all the time. We're not negative all the time. Today is April Fool's Day. We gotta don't be fooled.
Everybody plays a fool. Get that stuff verified.
Get it
That's the
verified.
exception to the rule.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
All right, next one.
Next one, number two, right? Number two, and this is on the seller side. Beware of well meaning agents that just want your listing, but have no intent on selling your property.
Well-meaning agents with no intent of selling property.
How does that even work, right? How,
Yeah, like they get some bonus out of getting a listing or something. And so, what's the difference between like you were talking about this earlier that your agent got a listing today and we were celebrating. What is a listing?
okay.
And yeah,
So a listing is when a seller agrees to allow a realtor to market and sell their property for them.
got you,
So we
got
can put it on the MLS, we can put it on various websites and market it until we find a buyer and we receive a compensation for
you.
procuring
Right,
a buyer for your property, right?
right,
So
right.
that's a quick and easy way to put it.
Got
Now,
it.
there are some agents out there that their model isn't necessarily to sell your home, but to attract buyers. So
Mm,
you want to think about, say, Zillow. Zillow doesn't actually sell property. They don't make any money from the sale. but they do make money from the eyeballs.
The eyes.
Yep. They do make
Ads.
money from the traffic. They do
Yep.
make money from the ads.
Yep.
And that's how they butter their bread. That's how their bills get paid. But they don't actually sell property. Now they do buy property. They do buy property and they do sell their own homes, but they don't get a piece of every sale that happens when you sell your property or you find a buyer off their website. The same is the truth with some of these agents. They will just list your property based on your purchase price. They'll take whatever it is that you're okay, fine, 500,000. Okay, I'll list it for 500,000. They'll put it on their websites, they'll put it all over the place. They know good and well they're not going to be able to sell your home for 500 because it's really worth 350.
Right.
They know that,
They give
and
you they give you what you want. They're not paying attention to you. They ain't they're just using you to get eyes to their area. Got
that's
you.
it. That's it. They put a
Ah,
sign
that's
out
deep.
front. They put a sign out front. They use your home as kind of like their sales office for the entire neighborhood. They make the calls. They do the door knocking, and they get other listings from your listing.
Yeah.
The others they may price better than yours. All
And
they wanted to
yours.
do was get an into the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So beware of those guys. How you
It seems like
counteract
you gotta find somebody to trust. You can trust before closes and his people.
well,
Listen,
by God's grace, we are here to do right by folks, and that's exactly what we're going to do. I will hold any one of my agents coming out of my company accountable if they mess up in any kind of way, shape, or form, and they know I don't play that. And I've been training them the right way and how to evaluate property and how to treat the Central Floridian public, treat them the way they ought to be treated with regards to real estate. So,
respect.
yes, we
Respect.
will treat you the right way. Yep.
Listen,
Yep.
my mother asked a question. She says, "What about sell your own house? Just advertise with us. Do they have that kind of? Is that a scam out there? Is people? What is that? What
When
are
you
you
say
asking me?
advertise with us, what do you mean, mama? Do you mean advertise what with Zillow or with for sale by owner.com or just any
No,
random person?
those random real estate agents where they're saying, I'll add. You can sell your own house if you want, and we'll pay you to advertise." Is somebody has
Oh,
somebody said that to you? I mean, has somebody actually come up and said, "Hey, if you want to sell your house, we'll advertise it for you"? What's going on?
yeah, no, that those really aren't scams. Those are just owner.com. Yep, yeah. So they have owner.com for sale by owner.com, and these are just sites that, they'll put your property on their website. They'll give you marketing material like flyers and a sign and all that other good stuff, brochures, so you can market the property yourself and on their website. But I mean,
Is it for a fee? Like, do they charge?
yeah, you pay them a fee, but who's
Yeah,
really going to owner.com?
ain't nobody
Ain't
going to.
ain't
I
nobody going to owner.com. Ain't nobody going to owner. Everybody's going to Zillow. Zillow is number one in terms of real estate sites by far, by a long, long shot. Then you have realtor.com, and then you have, if I'm not mistaken, Trulia, and I think Redfin is somewhere pulling up the rear. But the top three are realtor.com or Zillow, realtor.com, and what was the one I just mentioned?
Redfin,
Trulia,
Trulia,
Trulia.
Trulia. Yeah.
Yeah, those are the top three. If your home's not on any one of those three sites, then you're wasting your time. I couldn't put it any plainer.
You make it real. Okay, cool. So we got five fake, fake,
Beware of fake listings. Number
fake
5,
listings. Fake listings. Number four, fake agents.
fake agents. Number
Number
4.
three, too good to be true investor offers. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh wait,
number
no, that's number 3. To be true investor
three,
offers.
yeah,
Number
three.
2, beware of
Uh,
realtors just trying to get a listing.
yeah, 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 yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
And
And
lastly, number one.
numero uno. I picked this one as numero uno because it really stretches across both genres. Whether you're on the buyer side or on the seller side, you have to beware of this particular thing. And when it hits, Maya, it is devastating.
Mm,
Huh. You heard this is like one of those boogeyman stories that you hear about in like real estate corners and amongst people speaking and chattering amongst ourselves in this industry.
Wow.
Beware of wire fraud.
Wire fraud.
Beware of wire fraud. It is a
Wire fraud.
real thing. So wire fraud, as regards to when it comes to closings and with your title company. So what has happened is for this particular type of scam, it's a little bit more sophisticated. So when it comes to closing, the title company will reach out to the buyer or the seller and ask for wiring instructions so that they know where to send the money after you have closed.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they'll and sometimes on the buyer's side, when it comes to bringing coming up with the money, they'll ask for your, basically where it's coming from, kind of thing. So it could work in reverse. They can send it to the title company as far as wiring instructions and all of that. So it could work in both ways. But basically, and I don't know how they find out, but they do. Perhaps by some form of phishing in your account, they put an email in there that you've clicked on, I don't know how many months ago. They get your information, they monitor your emails, and when they find out when your day of closing is, they'll send an email to you mimicking your title company
Wow.
saying to wire your funds to XYZ account. Or they'll send it to your title company saying that, hey, wire those funds to the XYZ account. And all of your money goes to that account. And
Mm.
it is very, very, very difficult to
To
get
get back.
your stuff back. Yeah,
Wow.
it's not nothing short of an act of God to trace the account, find the perpetrators, and get your money back.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, man. We've
So
heard the horror
how do you
stories,
escape
man.
that? How do you escape that? How do you escape that? Like
So,
when I get a closing, I don't even remember the process of my closing and my down payment. So it's been so long ago. It's what, almost 15 years ago.
mm.
But like, how do you escape that?
So first off, we educate our buyers and sellers. We tell them any type of information you get from your title company when it comes to wiring funds, you want to call the title company to verify.
Direct. Yeah.
Call the title company to verify. Most title companies won't even request these things now via email. They just won't do it. They'll call you directly and write this stuff down,
Yeah.
and then they'll go forward there. But they'll take all that sort of requests completely offline and do it all over the phone. So
Yeah,
if you're getting an email,
I wouldn't even want to do anything via email. I don't deal with cash and things like that. I got to do that kind of stuff in person.
yeah, yeah, call
Yeah.
to verify. If you need to go in, you can. That's even safer. But accept or click on no link
No link.
that states that you are to click here and put your banking information so that they'll know where to wire the money. Do not do it. Every title company knows this protocol and does not email you that kind of request. They just don't do it anymore.
Yeah. Be careful of scams, y'all. Don't get fooled.
Mm-mm.
Don't get fooled. Number one, beware of wire
Wire
fraud.
fraud. Mm-mm.
Number two, beware of well meaning agents who have no intention of selling your property. They're just trying to get ads.
Mm-hmm.
Number three, beware of too good to be true investor offers. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Number four, beware of fake agents.
Mm-mm.
People who say they something, but they're not.
Mm-mm.
Verify, DBPR. And lastly, number five, beware of fake listings. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. The common
Mm-hmm.
theme is if it's too good to be true, it probably is. Verify and get somebody who you can trust. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people want to do things on their own
Mm-hmm.
and think they know everything, and then they get
Mm-hmm.
caught too easy.
They get April fooled.
It's April Fool Day, y'all. Don't get April fooled. Man, tonight was really, really amazing. We got a lot of gems, got a lot of ways to verify. Don't
Hmm.
forget, if you're interested in buying properties, whether it be multifamilies, whether it be beach houses, whether it be
Hmm.
single families, I don't know, you can contact b4closes at gmail.com. It's
Yes,
a
ma'am.
buyer's market, y'all. But
Or
don't
or
get
for
fooled.
verification, if you get some
Or for
shady
verification.
stuff, if you get some straight up shady stuff on any one of these categories, or something that got your eyebrow itchy, you just moving it up, kind of. That's an indication. You need to get B Ford on the phone while the eyebrow itchy. Call me, and
Wow,
we'll get you nice and situated. No problem.
nice. Even for verification, call before closes. Thank you. Good night, everybody. I'm the phenomenal STEMist. And so is he. Awesome, awesome stuff tonight, Brandon. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you for having me on.
Bye, everybody.